Hey guys, welcome to 11.7 video, and let's get started. We've covered all of our shapes. We've done prisms and cylinders, we've done pyramids and cones, and we've done spheres. Now we're talking about ratios. We actually talked about ratios already before with scale factor to perimeter to area. And today we're going to go ahead and take a look at doing area to volume and scale factor. So this is actually going to be kind of a little bit of a review. So go ahead and start off by writing this piece down right here, that the scale factor of two similar solids, we'll do A to B, and then the ratio is A squared to B squared when we're dealing with area because it's two-dimensional, and volume is three-dimensional. So we're going to do A cubed to B cubed. So let's do 3 quick examples and we'll be on our way. Okay, first of all, how do we even identify a similar ratio or similar figures? 3, 3, 2, 6, 6, 4. Most of you are probably already thinking right now 1 to 2, and you would be right. So scale factor is we take corresponding pieces. So 3 is going to match here with 6. Then we can say green 3, bottom, and 6. So we're just going ahead and matching up our corresponding parts. And what happens is we get 3 over 6. We always want to reduce. And 3 goes into 6 twice, so we get 1/2. And this would be our scale factor. And that's pretty much as simple as it goes. Okay? Let's go ahead and move on to our next question. Okay, make sure you write down the problem and the work. The square prism with the right are similar. The scale factor, what is the scale factor? So we're looking for scale factors. So we're looking for A to B is what I want, of the smaller prism to the larger prism. So right now we're going to take the smaller prism, 729 to 1331. Now this is a volume, so this is actually A cubed to B cubed. So if I want to get rid of that, I have to take the cube root, which you probably haven't seen for a little while. The cube root will get rid of the A to the third power, and I'll turn that to A and B. But whatever I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation. So I'm going to go ahead and take the cube root of this guy and the cube root of this guy. And we're going to use a calculator, so if you don't know how to do it in class, we'll go ahead. But what you're looking for is it has a little 3 in the index. It's right where I wrote it in this picture here. So the cube root, so we turn it on, the cube root of 729 gives us 9 as our answer. And then the cube root of 1301 is going to give us 11. So our scale factor is 9 to 11. That gives us our A to B. Okay? Alright, moving on. Last problem. I said this one's going to be a pretty quick one too. But let's go ahead and look at this last piece. The lateral area of two similar paint cans is 1019 to 425. The volume of the smaller can is blank. What's the volume of the larger? So we're dealing with two similar paint cans. Okay, so we have 1019, and we know these are square centimeters, and 425. And what I want to do is I want to set them equal and make a proportion. Since the smaller can is 1157, I'm going to put it on the bottom. This means I do not know the top piece, X. Okay, we have an additional problem here. This is volume, so this is cubed. And this over here is squared. So, how do we deal with this? Okay, we want to get them in the same relationship to each other. So the easiest thing to do, and since we don't know how we can kind of justify this more, is we're going to want to take the square root of this. Sorry, take the square root of this guy, the square root of this guy. That's a B, my bad. And we're going to want to take the cube root of this guy and the cube root of this guy. So it seems a little intense, but we're going to go ahead and solve it out. So I'm going to first go ahead and multiply these. So I'm going to take the square root of 1019. So we're going to get our new answer here as 31.92. And then the square root of 425 gives us 20.615 equals the cube root of, and we got to take the cube root of 1,157. So you want to be trying to do this on your calculator if you can. And we're going to cross multiply, and the x goes right in here. So we cross multiply these two guys. And so I'm going to do this 10.49 times 31.92. So these two cross multiply and we get 334.84 equals, and this is going to be the 20.615 times the cube root of x. Again, really important that you're trying to do this on the calculator with me. This is the hardest problem that we're going to see, is a problem like this. Now we're going to want to divide this 20.65 from both sides. Okay, and put that in our calculator, and then what we're going to do is we're going to actually cube both sides. I know, pretty crazy. So 334.84 divided by 20.615, and that's going to give us about 16. I'm going to come up here now. 16.24 is equal to the cube root of x. So if I cube that, those would cancel, and then I cube that, and that should be my final answer. And we get 4,285 approximately. We'll do that for our volume. And yes, this is a bit of a tricky problem. So again, a lot of calculator work on that one with a lot of decimals. So we want to make sure that we get all of that in there. So anyways, we'll get more practice with this in class tomorrow. All right, we'll see you guys over and out.